Hello everyone, I'm Tim Burgess and I've really enjoyed doing this interview. It's been so much fun and I've very much enjoyed being in Tokyo and Osaka too. I love everything. Anything I listen to, really. I really like the Sonic Boom and Panda Bear record. I think it's called Reset. It's nice. It's a nice record. I've known Pete Kemba, aka Sonic Boom, for a long time now. I'd like to meet Panda Bear. Lots of albums have changed my life. Starting in the beginning, Stations of the Crass, when I was maybe 11 years old, something like that. I was very young and very impressionable. And then I decided to follow that band, and by the time I was 13, I was completely absorbed in everything that they did. And I went to go and see them at a local scout hut, which is kind of, I suppose, about a building about the size of this, very small, but they had banners everywhere, and it was like anti-vivisection, anti-meat eating, very confrontational and very political. And they changed my life for the longest time in a very positive way, I think. When I was 16, a band called New Order changed my life. And their album, especially Power, Corruption and Lies, really taught me about how modern composition worked in a new way. But there's been loads. I mean, Julia Holter has changed my life as well, with To Have You in My Wilderness. That album just blew my mind, and I think without that album, there might not have been I Love the New Sky. I was very influenced by her album, for I Love the New Sky. This album is just kind of like, my album, Typical Music, the new one, is it's kind of like just a sprawling kind of influenced by everything, but mostly influenced by me and my brain. So it was Crass, and I would have been 13, so that means it would have been like 1981, and it was in a place called Winsford in Cheshire, which was 4 miles away from where I lived. I took the bus and went with some friends, and there may have been 80 people there, and it was anarcho-punk is the genre. Book and movie. I would say that my favourite movie right now is The Worst Person in the World. It's just like a beautiful modern take, and it's very relatable on love and life. It's a beautiful film, and I saw that very recently. My favourite book of all time, probably Catcher in the Rye. Although I'm reading a nice one now called Everything Now. I live in London now. I've lived in London a lot in my life, as I have in Manchester and Los Angeles too. I lived in Los Angeles for 12 years. But I'm back in London, and I would say a musical spot would be Earth in Hackney. Well, Jim O'Rourke lives in Japan now, I believe, and I really like him. Ryuichi Sakamoto Yellow Magic Orchestra. I mean, I'm a huge fan, really. I'd like to see Eddie Cochran. I think there's going to be like a huge resurgence of interest in Eddie Cochran. I believe that his former girlfriend has an archive of everything that he's done and is about to release it all. So I think that's very interesting. I mean, you know, he wrote some songs that were really important to me as a kid, although they were like covered by the Sex Pistols. So it was like Come On Everybody and Something Else by the Sex Pistols, and they were like some of the first records that I ever heard. And I realised later that they were actually songs by Eddie Cochran, who was a rebel, and so he made rebel music, and I think that's very exciting. Oh, do I feel like connected to other artists? I'm sure, yeah. Although I don't know who. I mean, I like to think that I'm connected to all other artists who operate as a solo musician and are also involved in a collective. A band, and I think about that a lot. I think that's yeah, just that really. Sorry for being a little bit vague, but yeah, any musician who operates solo and then operates also in a band. Can you see me? Can you see me? I think you can. Okay, bye.